I'm Emma from the Pilates Corner. I run a Pilates studio based in Baldock, Hertfordshire, serving women of about 45 to 60 with Pilates classes. So before working with FBDA, I was working in my business. I was trapped and didn't really have any control of what was happening. It was just had no clue what was coming around the corner. It was like I either had people there or I didn't have people there. We didn't have a structured way of people paying. They would buy a block, and if they finished the block and didn't want to come back, then they wouldn't come back for a few weeks, and I'd have to find the money to pay the bill. The worst bit was I didn't have any way of getting clients. I literally relied on my clients telling other people about us, and that was it. So I didn't really have a way of growing my business. So when COVID hit, I was lost. I thought I was going to lose everything and I needed someone to help. And I came across Nikki and FBDA. Working with Maxine and FBDA as a coach has just been brilliant. Just having somebody to be accountable to, knowing that phone conversation was going to have to happen every other week. I had to make sure my figures were done. I knew that I needed to do the jobs I said I was going to do.
It's just an absolute joy to be able to work through with someone, find out what they want, discuss it. Emma comes up with these ideas and then she goes away, she actions it, and she comes back and she gets the results. That is how coaching is supposed to be.
And before my calls, I sit down and make a list of everything I've done, and I always shocked myself at how much I've actually done. Like, I haven't done anything, I've been really rubbish. And she's like, but you've done this, you've done this, you've done this. And I remember there was one time and I was having a really crappy time, and you went, but you've done this, you've done this. And you made me cry because I'd done so much good stuff. And I was like, done really well, actually. That was a real figure.
Remaking.
Yeah, right. That's so if I didn't have somebody else saying, have you done it? I probably would have just got round to it eventually. One of the things that I know is massively promoted within FBDA is the manage yourself before you manage your business. I now give myself time for my own PT sessions, to book nice holidays, and I put them in advance. I know when they're going to be in the business, so I put that time aside. And then when the time comes, I haven't got any guilt and go on holiday and know that my business is still standing. In the past, and it was always, is my business going to be all right? For FBDA, I didn't really have a way of finding clients. I used to rely on word of mouth. We looked at who my actual client base was and what my avatar was, and put together a campaign that was just for them. And when I put it out on Facebook, I wasn't really sure what to expect. And the number of inquiries, I can't remember how many we had, but it was ridiculous. I had to turn it off after a few days because I couldn't handle all the inquiries. And it was so cool because it was actually the clients I wanted and not just randoms. And decided to do a free workshop to try and get people in through the door, the people that were feeling like they didn't want to put money out first of all. Yeah, we filled up the first 2 workshops 2 months before it even took place. At least 6 people from both of them now that have signed up and are fully fledged clients, and plus so many other people now that know about our business and they're telling other people about us. I do come up with loads of ideas, but it's having ideas validated and then give me the confidence to go away with those ideas and do them. Whereas other times you kind of think of these things and you go, oh, that won't work, and you just put it to one side and do nothing with it. But you kind of give me the belief that I should try it and go, yeah, that will really work. Or you go, well, actually, let's try it this way round, and we tweak it a little bit and then apply it that way. So it's a two-way street, but it's well, invaluable. I couldn't do without you.
So you enjoy to sort of like throw those things around because it's all in there. It's just I have to play devil's advocate and ask the questions that maybe someone else doesn't want to ask, but that means that Emma goes in with a much better plan.
And for that, it's a time saver, it's a lifesaver, and it's a game changer. Before working with FBDA, I had no clue what my numbers were. If somebody said to me, what's your forecast for next month? I had absolutely no clue. I had no way of physically tracking it. And now with the spreadsheets and the reports that the team have for us just make it so much easier. And you just need to remember to fill them in. And I love filling things in and just seeing the results and tracking them. It makes such a difference to be able to forecast what my business is doing and to know that I've got the money coming in next month and the month after and the month after. I've 5 times my business. I'm now a 6-figure business, which I never dreamed of. I'm a Pilates instructor. Who would have thought you could get that much money doing Pilates? Well, I think it was the question of how much do you want? And I said a figure and Nikki was like, really? And I was like, all right, then let's go a bit higher. And then we hit that and we've blasted it out of the water, and I didn't even think that those numbers, the lower numbers, were possible, and now those numbers are small numbers. When I first spoke to Nikki, he said, give me some dreams, and I said, I'd love to be driving a Range Rover. But it was a proper pie in the sky kind of dream, and I think it was within a year, less than a year of being with FBDA, I managed to buy my first Range Rover, which I love. I'm so excited. It was unbelievable that actually I could go from having a dream that was pie in the sky to being a physical reality just from working in my business. I think if you're not working with somebody to help you with your business, then you need a coach. FBDA are amazing. They really listen to what you need, what you want. They personalise the service that they give to you, and they're friends. They make it work for us. And if you haven't got somebody holding your hand and pointing you in the right direction and being there to be accountable to, you're not going to succeed. You need somebody to give you that honestly, don't hesitate. Take that jump, get the help you need, and you won't regret it.